CTV News at 5 with Tony Ryma and Rick Wyman with weather.
Good evening. So glad you could be with us on this Wednesday. School starts next week, and some students who attend Parry Sound High School are going to be learning remotely for a while. CTV's Madison Merrier has the latest.
The Near North District School Board now says students in grade 9 to 12 will no longer be starting the year off at the partially demolished Parry Sound High School. Instead, they'll be moving to remote learning.
What's the backup plan? No timeline was given, no commitment to a backup plan. So all of the rush to accommodate backup plans in the last 2 weeks feels very ad hoc. Even if they did give a timeline, I don't think I'd feel very comfortable in believing it. But no, there's no timeline.
The Near North District School Board sent out information to parents that address their safety concerns. The statement reads, in part, every effort will be made to ensure that the existing Parry Sound High School is ready to receive staff and students as soon as possible, and to limit the duration of any remote learning programs.
I'm hopeful that these can be cleared up at least within the first month. I'm going to keep that hope for the kids.
Many parents are frustrated with the school board's lack of clarity, which is why 4 out of 7 trustees at a special meeting last week passed a motion asking for the Minister of Education to conduct an internal investigation of the board and its oversight. However, that motion was overturned as the director was not present and did not appoint a designate in his absence.
We're really confused and frustrated at this point. If the ministry can't step in and intervene, then who can? Who is holding the senior administration responsible, accountable?
Parents for Parry Sound organized the rally on August 15th and met with the area MPP, Graydon Smith, to voice their frustrations.
One of the frustrating points at the meeting with Graydon Smith this morning was that he kept asking us, what do we want to do? He kept putting those questions to us when we stated at the very beginning, we are not here to table solutions. This is not our job. This is your job. This is your job and the minister's job.
As the school year gets closer, parents began a petition asking the minister to get involved, as they feel they are left with fewer choices. Madison Merrier, CTV News, Sudbury.
Now to the weather and another comfortable late summer day. Will these temperatures hold, or is something brewing that we should know about? For more details, let's bring in CTV's Rick Wyman.
Oh, it's brewing, Tony. Just have a look at our systems map right now. Brought to you by CAA. Get your membership today. CAA.ca. This will affect us all tomorrow. We'll get into some of the numbers in just a couple of moments. Yes, we will have rain, and in some cases, we'll really get rain, like in Sudbury and Sault Ste. Marie, beginning this evening, 10 to 15 millimeters of rain. It'll be heavier in other areas. North Bay, 5 to 10 for tonight, 5 to 10 tomorrow, and as well. So we'll talk about that, talk about the next couple of days. It looks like a nice weekend, at least according to Environment Canada, Tony. So we're keeping our fingers crossed. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Details coming up. Back to you.
Thanks for that, Rick. This Sunday is International Overdose Awareness Day, with several community organizations taking time this week to highlight the crisis and educate people. CTV's Alan Everson has more from Sudbury on a program aimed at supporting women.
55-year-old Sandy Lee is battling leukemia and says she uses street drugs to deal with physical and emotional pain stemming from trauma throughout her life. She deeply appreciates the opportunity to stop by the Women's Harm Reduction drop-in.
Comfortable, because it's this woman, not man, because I can't do group with man. I freeze, and I feel threatened.
The Racial Access Network says the Women's Harm Reduction drop-in every Wednesday morning is designed to help women who are precariously housed, using drugs or have in the past.
To speak to the issues that are important to us in a safe and meaningful way. We're able to provide access to some snacks and some things that many women in community are denied access to, and it's just a space for belonging.
For people to just put down what they're carrying for a little while. It's hard out there.
Bowman says the ratio is that more men use a harm reduction window than women.
It's because women face a lot of stigma who are using drugs. and it can be unsafe for them to access harm reduction materials, and they can be controlled on the outside world. So this is a space where they can come in and take what they need without having to ask.
Get peace of mind and relax, and me time too, right? Away from outside.
The drop-in offers harm reduction supplies, test before you use drug kits, essentials for women, bras, underwear, and a space to share, belong, and build community. Alana Everson, CTV News, Sudbury.
The sentencing for a woman who repeatedly stabbed her neighbor in the greater Sudbury community of Chelmsford last year has been delayed. In court today, the lawyer for 33-year-old Jesse Brave said he wanted a mental health assessment for his client and disputed some parts of the pre-sentence report. Brave was originally charged with attempted murder but pled guilty to aggravated assault. In November 2024, Brave stabbed her neighbor 6 times. The victim was left paralyzed by the attack. Brave will be back in court September 4th. It's time for a quick break. Coming up on CTV News at 5. Rick has your full weather forecast. First, let's head to Elliott Lake. This is a live webcam of the fire tower lookout. It's 16 Celsius. We're back in just a few minutes.
When you see it happen, send it to CTV News. Text 10400 from your screen to ours. Text 10400.
Okay, have a good look at our forecast radar right now. This is about to approach the northeast, and in some sectors it's already raining, and that will continue for this evening. 10 to 15 millimeters in Sudbury, Sault Ste. Marie, 5 to 10 in North Bay, 30 to 40 millimeters of rain set for tomorrow in Parry Sound. So lots of rain coming. It'll be a wet day. Then things will dry up just in time for the long weekend, as you are about to see with some of the numbers. Okay, we've got rain in the forecast after the deluge tonight of 10 to 15 millimeters in Sudbury Nickel Belt. Friday, sunshine 19, 22 on Saturday, 24. Yes, warmer temperatures on Sunday. Labor Day Monday, sun and cloud, and 23. How do you like those biscuits right now? Sault Ste. Marie and Algoma. Again, after the rain tonight, 10 to 15 millimeters, chance of showers for tomorrow. Friday, 18 and sunshine, sunshine Saturday, sun and cloud Sunday and Monday, 23 and 25. Meanwhile, in Timmins, Cochrane, Kapuskasing, chance of showers for tomorrow at 15, 19 with the sun on Friday, Saturday 23, Sunday 25, holiday Monday 25 as well, sun and cloud. Of course, we are due for some warmer weather. Temiskaming Shores and Kirkland Lake, chance of showers tomorrow at 15, sun and cloud Friday, Saturday, Sunday 22, 24, and sun and cloud on Monday, Labor Day Monday at 24 as well. Let's take a peek at North Bay right now. 5 to 10 millimeters of rain for this evening and again for tomorrow, so the rain won't let up. 15, your daytime high. Friday, sunshine. Saturday, sunshine. Sunday, sunshine. 17, 20, 23, sun and cloud Monday at 22. Don't forget Parry Sound right now. We'll get into this a little bit later on with the overnight conditions. 30 to 40 millimeters of rain for Parry Sound expected down that Highway 69 corridor for tomorrow. So Tony, here we go. Getting ready for the long weekend, looking awfully good. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. It'll be wet tonight and tomorrow. Once we get through with that, I think it's going to be clear sailing right through until Monday. So keeping those fingers crossed. Back to you.
Good to hear. Thanks a lot for that, Rick. A new pilot program at Sioux Area Hospital is looking to reduce congestion in its emergency department. The virtual home waiting room is designed for those with minor ailments to avoid spending extra time waiting among people with higher needs. CTV's Corey Nordstrom explains.
Waiting in the queue at an emergency department can take hours, and depending on the severity of your symptoms, that length of time can continually be increased. A new pilot program at the Sioux Area Hospital aims to reduce those times for those on the lower end of acuity.
The emergency room is a very unpredictable environment, and our priority is, of course, always the highest acuity patients. And we don't want low acuity patients to have to wait a large amount of time in our wait rooms because they can be very crowded. And crowding, of course, as we know from the pandemic, can lead to a greater risk for infection and also decreases patient satisfaction and reduces our overall efficiency.
The virtual home waiting room is for patients who have at least one of these 9 symptoms, including earaches and minor cuts or scrapes. The hospital's website has the full details, and it's also where patients with less emergent needs can join the virtual queue. After inputting their information, they will receive texts on the hour of their spot on the list.
It is essentially lets them know that when they're told to come to the emergency room, that is the most opportune time to minimize their wait in the emergency room. But it's not an opportunity to skip the existing queue.
Even though the home waiting room is new, officials are satisfied with the early results.
We're only 1 day into this project, and the patients who did use it waited an average of an hour at home. And then when they joined to be seen in the emergency room, they joined our usual queue, and our average wait times have been around 3 hours.
Hospital officials hope to eventually expand the virtual home waiting room to include more than 10 patients. They add that feedback is critical to improving the pilot project and invite all patients who use the queue to review it. Corey Nordstrom, CTV News, Sault Ste. Marie.
A Timmins physician is retiring today after 31 years of working in the Timmins and District Hospital Emergency Department. CTV's Lydia Chubak has more.
Well, thanks, guys.
This is Dr. Chris Loretto's last day working as chief of the Timmins and District Hospital Emergency Department. He says it's time to retire.
As my wife said to me, did you even have an exit strategy? And the answer was no. So this is my exit strategy, and sometimes the ones forced upon you are the best ones because otherwise you don't realize, and then you find out you're the last person at the party and all the music has stopped and everybody's gone home and you're still there. So it is for the best.
Loretto says this is where he's wanted to be, working in his hometown emergency department for the last 3 decades.
It's a great profession. I love it. It was my career. I chose that career. And if I were healthier, I would still be doing it without a doubt. So yeah, a bit bittersweet, but everything's got a shelf life.
Dr. Loretto is a heart attack survivor, and despite loving his job, he says working in the ER is more stressful than ever.
With the lack of family docs, with the social ills that are out there today, the visit volume, the complexity of the cases are rising. And so the pressures on the emerge are even more so, which, makes it a career that is very short-lived with respect to the people, both nurses and physicians, in the time that they spend in it.
Loretto says he'll assist with trauma calls, continue teaching students, and he'll also work with Air Ambulance and the Community Paramedicine Program. Lydia Chubak, CTV News, Timmins.
Pulling in the right direction coming up on CTV News at 5. These teams of 10 people were pulling for charity and also bragging rights in North Bay. Hockey season is about to start, and one Northern Ontario Junior Hockey League team is reaching out to the community for help. CTV's Angela Gemmell has the details.
Preparations are underway to get this dressing room ready, not just for the players' arrival next week, but for an important meeting with the community.
This is a community thing. Everybody's got to jump on board and essentially do our best this year to have the Rapids sustain their existence.
There are challenges, and the French River Rapids team needs help. Players arrive next week, but the team doesn't have enough billet families. And then there's the finances. The Rapids are in one of the smaller communities with an NOJHL franchise. According to the team's president and head coach, some games last season only saw 100 fans.
Without billeting, you have no hockey team. Without ticket sales, you have no hockey team. Without corporate sponsorship, you have no hockey team. These are 3 important facets of running a junior hockey team, and we're just looking for help.
Frastaglio wants to hear from the community. He's hoping an open house will provide input on how the team can thrive heading into the new season.
People don't know. So when they do know, we're hoping that they'll embrace the team a little bit more, and we don't need a lot more, just a little bit more. So we can have our existence here forever and ever.
What I'd like to see is, more support from the community. The players feel it on the ice. The fans love it. it's so much energy and so much positivity. I keep saying positivity, but that's truly what it brings.
Players begin arriving next Wednesday for training camp and exhibition games. The team plays in Blind River for its first game of the season, and their home opener is September 20th here against the Sudbury Cubs. Angela Gemmell, CTV News, Noelville.
Sweating, straining, and pulling, all in the name of charity. Teams came together at North Bay's Jack Garland Airport this morning for the annual United Way plane pull. CTV's Eric Tashner was there.
Putting their muscles to the test, Team Enbridge didn't need to strain to move this 30,000-pound jet aircraft.
It's all about pulling together as a team.
Enbridge is also donating $5,000 to the plane pull.
Giving back to where we live, work, and play, that's what it's all about.
With all their might, 32 teams had their chance to pull the plane 100 feet across the finish line to see who bags the best time and bragging rights.
We have 9 teams this year. It's the most teams we've ever submitted.
I tell everybody to put it out to the universe that we're going to rock it.
At the start of the poll, United Way collected more than $15,000 in donations. Over the last 8 years, the poll has raised over $50,000 for the nonprofit's community fund.
We address gaps, but we also support programs that make huge impact.
All the money raised funds several vital programs in the community and member agencies within the United Way, like the Keeping Seniors Warm and Ready for School programs.
We also have funded partners. So we fund the Elmwood Hub, we found United for Literacy, we fund the Paddle program, and there's a ton of other programs that we fund right now. 11 to be exact.
The plane pull started in 2017 with companies showing off their strength to raise money and give back to their community.
There's nothing like this around, so I think we're setting precedent. So happy to support year after year.
Eric Tashner, CTV News, North Bay.
She's a product of Italy, but made in Canada. When we return, we'll meet a Sudbury author. You're watching First at 5. She is an award-winning author and also an educator. This Sudbury woman has written a new book, and it's called Product of Italy. Rosanna Michelada Battagelli now joins us. Hi there, Rosanna.
Hi, Tony. Nice to be here.
Okay, what made you decide to write Product of Italy?
Well, actually, the entire title is Product of Italy, Made in Canada, an immigrant's love letter to food, family, and resilience. So the title, the first part, Product of Italy, Made in Canada, is actually the title of one of the stories in the collection that I wrote a few years ago. And it really is, the title reflects who I feel I am. I am a product of Italy. I was born in Italy. I was 3 when we immigrated to Sudbury, Ontario, Canada. And so I have my cultural heritage from Italy, and I have my Canadian heritage as well. So it's about my dual identity and all the things that go, that are connected to your identity as an immigrant.
And in this book, you already mentioned you talk about food. So what stories do you have about food? I love Italian food. A lot of people do.
Most people do. And one of the greatest compliments that I have ever gotten is from my own children, my adult children, who, whenever I make a dish that my mother used to make, they will say, this tastes just like nonnina's. So that's the biggest compliment, because she was a great cook. My nonna, my grandmother in Italy, was an amazing cook. I think we can safely say that most Italians are good or great cooks. And so I do mention growing up with the Italian food. My parents came here and, like many Italian immigrants, created a beautiful garden and, had all this food in freezers for the winter. And my dad's garden was amazing. And so I share some of the dishes that my mother made, my grandmother made, and that I still make, and that now my children are making. My granddaughter loves to help me cook, so she's rolling these little meatballs, and she's only 7.5. So it's a tradition. It's part of our identity.
Rosanna, thanks so much for your time, and good luck with the book.
Thank you so much.
Rosanna Michelada Battagelli was our guest, and to see more of our authors in our Northern Book Club, head to CTVNewsNorthernOntario.ca. Our first community close-up comes to us from Swastika near Kirkland Lake. Raymond Bourgeois sent us some photographs of these weathered logs and old wire put to good use. She says they make for an interesting decoration by the main entrance to her house. Great idea, Raymond. And this photograph was sent in by Graham Grattan, the captain of the Miss Marie Lock Tours in Sault Ste. Marie. He says a bald eagle was perched on one of the rocks on the Bayfield Dike, also known as the Rock Pile in the Sault Harbor. Thanks so much, Captain. To the greater Sudbury community of Caperel, Linda Durkash says her dwarf apple trees are growing well. She has a lot of grapes, too. She says the squirrels like the apples and the birds love the grapes. Thanks so much for these, Linda. And if you have any pictures, videos, or events you'd like us to showcase, you can email them to us at communitycloseup@bellmedia.ca. Finally, a special ceremony in Sudbury yesterday to honor 21 Sudburyans who make it their mission to give back to the community. They were the recipients of the King's Coronation Medal. Sudbury MP Vivian Lapointe says each of them demonstrate dedication in their various fields and that they've made an impact in Sudbury and beyond. And we'll have more on the winners tonight at 6 o'clock. And there's more news for the North coming up at 6. For now, continue watching as we hand things over to CTV National News.